Hey everyone, I just wanted to kind of check in with you and let you know what I'm up to. I'm here with the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. And I think I finally said it right because usually I get dyslexic with that and call it the Samsung Watch Active Gallery. It's just a big long name. But whatever it's called, I have been enjoying wearing this watch and testing it out. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about it. This isn't really going to be a review so much, but just so much, really more of my initial impressions of it. I did have the original version from earlier this year, and I still have it, and I enjoyed wearing that watch. One of the things I didn't like about it was just the battery life wasn't quite as good as I would have liked. And the heart rate sensor was just sometimes kind of erratic. It kind of did weird things. Also, the step counting was kind of did some weird things at times. So I've really been trying to test this out as much as I can, especially during for activity tracking, just daily activity tracking, and also using the GPS for different activities. But this is the 44 millimeter. I did opt for the larger size. The original version, I believe it just came in the 40 millimeter size, but now you have the option between the 40 and the 44. I think the 40 looks better on my wrist proportionately, but this is just such a joy to work with because the display on it, as you can see, I mean, it's just really is gorgeous. I mean, Samsung just has the best displays for color and really, really gorgeous looking. This is, by the way, this is a third-party watch face that I purchased through what is it called, the Galaxy Store, I think, that you can get to through the watch or the app on your phone. And this one you can change the background on it and everything. It's really cool. I really love this watch face, and that's something I miss on the Apple Watch. This is the Apple Watch Series 5, and I have been comparing these two against each other for the GPS primarily this week. That's what I've really been testing out. And I really enjoy having so many more options in these different watch faces. And you don't really think, well, that's important. But it does. It is. I mean, I love looking at this. It does make a difference. And Samsung just doesn't, you just have what they give you. There's no third party apps on there, and there are just tons and tons to choose from on Samsung. And also, another thing that's always bugged me about Apple is that none of the watch faces shows your step count, and that's just always has irked me. It does have your activity rings right here, but I don't really care about the activity rings that much. They're kind of meaningless to me. To me, it's just more important to see what my step count is for the day and know if I've been active enough or not. Yeah, the intensity minutes mean a lot. I mean, that's probably, I guess that's a terminology that Garmin uses, but you want to definitely get your heart rate up, at least 30 minutes a day, what, 3, 4, 5 times a week or whatever. But still, I just want to be able to see my steps, and none of the watch faces on Apple have that. And that drives me nuts. What else do I really like about Samsung? Just interacting with it. It's just a joy to interact with. Of course, you have this rotating bezel, which is kind of cool. Um, but you also have these widgets here that you can easily get to and just slide over. It's very responsive. The screen is very responsive. And right here, this is Spotify. They both support Spotify. But I don't think you can download a Spotify playlist on the Apple Watch. And I gotta look at that again. But in here, I know that you can. You can't download podcast, but you can download your music library or different playlist anyway. And it was really simple to set that up. And you can also download music that you've purchased through Google Play Music. I believe is that what it's called? I don't even remember. But yeah, there's different ways that you can get music directly stored on the watch for offline listening. And I did read a review from somebody or a comment from somebody that they weren't able to play their Spotify playlist offline, and you got to make sure that you go in here and have the correct settings. So you want your playback standalone, and then offline you want to have that turned on. So if you're having problems with that, well, there it is. And let me go back here. What else do I really love? Oh, just getting to the quick settings here. Just very quick, very simple. Like if I want to turn off the always on display, which I usually have that turned off because it does use more battery on both the Samsung here and also on the Apple Watch. The brand new to the Apple Watch Series 5 is the always on display. And it's not supposed to use that much battery, and it doesn't, but it does affect it. Probably a good 10 to 15% more at least, or maybe more than that actually. So I just normally just have that turned off because I really care more about battery life than I do, having it always on display. And talking about battery life, I get a good probably a good day and a half out of this one, both of them actually. Just depends how many activities I do that day. That's probably like a 45-minute GPS workout or so on both of them. And I can still get about a day, easily a day out of them. And I do wear this to sleep as well. And it does do the sleep tracking, and it has enough battery for all that as well. So it's been working out great for me. And the only thing I would say, as I've been comparing just the workout performance between them as I work out with them, the GPS, surprisingly, this has been winning for the GPS accuracy. And that would probably surprise a lot of people because I have been, well, I've watched some reviews and I've read some things that the GPS on this wasn't quite as good, but there was an update that was pushed out by Samsung about a week after this was released, and it seems like it really helped. It's not the most accurate GPS that I've used on any device, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's been performing better than the Apple Watch Series 5, which does surprise me because the Series 4 was very good. The GPS on it was really good, and I would like to compare that against this, and I probably will. I'm going to see if there is a difference between the two of them, but this one, I've had some kind of strange behavior with the GPS, and that really, really surprises me. But as far as heart rate accuracy, the Apple Watch has been winning. This one's, you kind of have to give a few minutes. Like early in your workout, the first 2 or 3 minutes, you can get some like really weird numbers, sometimes kind of abnormally high readings. But once it gets locked in, it's very accurate. And that's kind of, hopefully that can be improved, but that's what it is. If fitness is your main interest in a smartwatch, I always recommend going with Garmin. I mean, if you're a runner or you're just very serious about that, you want really good accuracy, a lot of metrics back from your workouts, then Garmin is probably going to be the way to go. But if you want a smartwatch that also does fitness and does fitness really well, I mean, either one of these are good options. And if you're someone that goes to the gym, pretty frequently, and you just want to and encourage yourself, have something to motivate you to be more active, then both of these are good options. So, okay, what else here? Again, I love the colors on this. Isn't this great? But let me go in here. Let me show you the Apple. Just a little bit of differences between the two, just how they behave. Definitely the Apple Watch. Of course, with this, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows by now, you do have a lot more options. And I got to do this again. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right, but you do have a lot more options in apps in the App Store, and some really good ones. All your name brand ones, ones that you're probably really familiar with. Let's see here, I got Yelp. What else here? MLB at Bat. I really like using this one, and I've been watching this kind of closely as the Cardinals are going along in the playoffs right now. Hopefully I didn't just curse them. And this really works really nicely on it. I've got the Weather Channel I can bring up there. And yeah, I mean, it just has really good polished apps on it that work well. Going to Spotify. I like this weather app. I can oh, there's rain coming. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, I see the radar and it pops up. You see there very quickly. And the apps generally on this just load really well. They're not glitchy. And there just isn't much app selection on the Samsung. So definitely the Apple Watch wins on that front very easily. And let me go back in here again. And I have that passcode set up on there because I have Apple Pay set up on this. And although I haven't used that yet, here's some of the more other watch faces that you can take a look at here. Some of these are new to Series 5. And you can customize some of these, or most of them you can customize just different colors and just different data that you want to show up on there. Here's just a few of them. Oh, well, that's one that I added. You can add pictures to one, so that was Scooby-Doo, of course. Here's an animated one. For some reason, I got this on here twice. Sorry, Scooby. And then this is one that I really like using a lot as well. Yeah. I'm going to go back to the original one here because this is one that is new to Series 5, and I really like this one. I like that white background. Of course, that probably uses more battery, but, well, I'm not sitting staring at it all day long. But and again, this is, I don't know if I already told you this, but this is the cellular version, and that's why I upgraded to the Series 5 because I really wanted to have a watch that I could just leave my phone at home, and I did that today. I went out shopping and left my phone at home, and I just had this with me. And that is just really nice. I went to a party a couple weekends ago and I left the phone at home again, and I wasn't distracted by it. I was actually talking with people and kind of, wow. I mean, it was like 1995 or something. It was great. I love having that option of getting the cellular version, and this also has a cellular version as well. And I believe, I don't know if it's released yet, but it should be very shortly. It does cost more, of course, than the base model than this. This one was, I believe it's $299. The 40 millimeter is $279, I believe. And this, of course, was $499 because this is the cellular version. The base model's $399. Did I get that right? $399, $499. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, there it's a good chunk of change, whatever, however you look at it. You're spending quite a bit of money for either one of these, so you want to make the right decision in choosing them. And they're both really good. I appreciate both of them, their strengths, their weaknesses. Maybe not their weaknesses, I appreciate that much, but they're good options. Both Apple and Samsung put out really good products, and I'm glad that we have two good brands like this to compete against each other, because that's just encourages more innovation, and that's always a good thing with business, and it's always a good thing for consumers as well. But overall, I'm just gonna have to say that I I really like interacting with this more. This is better for, I think, just because of the apps, because it works so well with my iPhone, of course. Um, it just Apple's done such a good job getting the two to just work so seamlessly together. I just really have never had any issues with the Apple Watch as far as not getting notifications or the Bluetooth connectivity. There's just never been any issues like that ever. I mean, it's just been very solid watch, very good. It also has really nice fitness features. Not as good as a Garmin, or at least some of the better Garmins anyway. But I do like both of these watches a lot. And again, I just been testing them this week, and so far, again, the GPS has been better on here on the Samsung Galaxy Active 2, and the heart rate sensor is better on the Apple Watch Series 5. But overall, still, I enjoy using both of them, but I think it's just this watch face. I mean, who can who can resist that? And I can't. But yeah, I'm just going to continue reviewing these against each other. I'm going to continue wearing them, enjoying them. And right now, I have this paired with the Google Pixel 3a, so I do have it paired with an Android smartphone. You can pair this with an iPhone, but you won't be able to reply to, or you won't be able to answer phone calls through it, or reply to text messages, which kind of stinks. So, of course, with the Apple Watch, you can only use it with an iPhone, which really stinks. But there they are. I'm also reviewing, I don't know if I told you this or not either. This is about the 10th take I've done this, so I don't remember what I've said in each video. I'm also reviewing the Fitbit Versa 2 and the Garmin VivoActive 4S. So a lot on my plate right now, and I'm going to try to get all these reviewed for you. But so far, these are, they're good options. I think if you made a choice between either one of these, you're probably going to be happy. Unless it's just something you're just really, really into fitness. If you're a serious runner, again, you're probably going to want to look at like the Garmin. But just for the smartwatch features, just as a daily watch, something you're going to enjoy wearing on your wrist every day, these are two that you're really going to want to take a look at. So. Oh, and I do have the full review of the Polar Ignite up. It is up on the website. I know somebody asked me about that not too long ago. I'm trying to get a video up of that as well, but that did test out very nicely. So, but it is on the website. You can take a look at that, and of course, I'm going to try to get all the test results from these up on the website as well, so you can see those the GPS results and compare them, so you know that I'm not just making up stuff. You can see the results for yourself in person, or at least online. But if you have any questions about these, feel free to ask. I'm having fun with them, and I will be checking back in and enjoying wearing them. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I appreciate your questions. You guys always have such good questions, and I'm going to try to get to I always try to include those in the reviews as well, because they're always such good questions. But thanks for watching, and I will see you later.